Hey everyone, today we're just going to be doing a quick server tutorial on how to build a Spigot 1.8.1 server. First, you're going to want to create a new folder on your desktop. You're going to want to name that server. Just a heads up, this video is going to go by very quickly, so if you want more information, you need to go ahead and slow down the video. Go back if you need to. You're going to want to figure out what router you're using. Go to that home page. You're either going to look for something that's called port forwarding or virtual servers. Mine is called virtual servers. Go to submit anything involving server, virtual server, port forwarding. Your description will be whatever you want it to be. Make sure it's enabled. Your inbound port for your default servers with your default ports need to be 25565 on all board parts. With the port, your private IP address will be whatever it is in your network and sharing area. Details, mine is that. As you can see, there was the 15, so the ending is 15. That's what it is on this computer, and that's what I'm going to be using. I'm done with that part. We're moving on. Go ahead and download Notepad++, go through the installation process, and get it on your computer. If you need help with that, Google another video. Next, make sure that you have this build. Download it. Go ahead and save that to our server folder that we have. Name it just Spigot. It'll be essential for when we create the start.bat. All files, you're going to name it start, if I can spell, .bat. You're going to save it in the same folder with the Spigot file. You're going to X out of that. You're going to open up your files. You're going to go to your desktop, you're going to go to your server, you're going to go ahead and start that. It's going to take a second. Once it's started for the first time, open the EULA with Notepad++. If you don't have Notepad++, use Notepad. You're going to set that to true. You're going to save it, you're going to close it out, you're going to start it again. This part's going to take a little more time than it did last time. Now, while we're waiting for that stuff to happen, I'm going to go ahead and show you this thing called subdomains. This will be in the description below as well, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in our server folder so I know what links we have. You're going to go to subdomains. You're going to sign into an account. It'll ask you for an account. Click subdomains, create an account if you don't have one. Add. You're going to use your public IP, which you can go by doing this. IP space. Remove that, make sure it just says IP. It'll give you your public IP address. There's your public IP. You can choose whatever you want. If you don't like these options that they directly give you, you can go to the shared domain registry. You can search one up. I've always liked mine.bz. And you search, you select, make sure that your inbound port is correct for your destination. Create a name, so captain/MC. If I like that, I'll do that, I'll save it, and then you'll have that one right there. But I don't want that because I already have one. So now that you have your subdomain created, we're going to go ahead and move on. Your server should be up. It's done. Alright, if you want a subdomain, that's what you do. If you do not, don't. It's free regardless. Alright, so now that you have this up, you're going to go ahead and stop it. You're going to come over here. Since you're done with that, go ahead and X out of that. You're going to download all of these. You're going to save them to your plugins folder that you created. Every single one of them, unless you don't want that one. So now that you've gotten your normal essentials, you're going to come over here, you're going to download all as zip. You're going to go ahead and save that to your desktop. This is for GroupManager. Once that's finished downloading, go to your desktop, open it up. You're going to pull that in. Actually, you can just copy it if you want. Go to your server files, you're going to go to your plugins, you're going to paste it in there. So you're going to have you're going to have your group managers in there, which is your plugins for your permissions. So now that you're done with that, you can come over here, you're done. Go to World Edit, download that. You can just go ahead and download that directly into your server plugins folder. And once that's done, you can close that. Now you're going to download WorldGuard. You can do that to the desktop as well. Save that, go to your desktop, go to WorldGuard, go to the plugin, just the plugin, that's all you need. You can go to the plugins, pull it up over here, pull WorldGuard in, and now you have all your plugins. go to server properties, edit with Notepad++. Change any settings in here you want. If you need assistance with that, do whatever. But first thing I'm going to show you is 25565. Make sure that your port is correct as what you set it on your ports on your website. Always use 25565 unless you have multiple servers. The next important thing I would say is the amount of players you want. I'm going to set it to 50. I'm going to set this. This is not, it uses bucket color codes, but it doesn't use the and symbol like you're used to. U00A7, then the color code you want. So welcome to, see, even I do it sometimes. 7 for captains /MC. So this is what I want to use as my color code, and you'll see that in a second when we start up our server again. We're going to start it up again. It's going to load the plugins this time. It will load them. If it does not, you did something wrong. Also, make sure that you're fully updated to the latest version of Java and Java JDK. If you need assistance with that, look that up as well. I'm giving you the basics. So now that you've got your server up and running, you can also do /pl, and you'll see all your plugins are green. If they're green, they're all up and working. That's a good sign. And again, I'm not going to show you how to configure. If you want something different, do something different. This is my server right here. As you can see, it's the colors that I set in the server properties. I am on the server. I have started with essentials because that's the default. Look for essentials. Alright, so now that you have that, let's go ahead and OP yourself in the console. That way you can make command changes as needed. This is where it gets fun because you can add name, you can add groups like that, but I'm just going to add a variable to the existing group owner because you get a default owner, moderator, admin, and default, and builder, I think, but nobody cares about builders. And E, and for owner, and E, and F, so that your messages are not changed. Right. Prefix. So now I have a prefix. My default OP color right now is red. You can change that if you want. Do whatever you want there. Alright, so basically, essentials is in. You can figure out the permission nodes that you need to add to your players. Okay, so that just means we're done. Good job, everybody.